know that it's only been since August of 2023 that scientists have been testing menstrual products with blood?
Welcome back, and here is the period blood experiment. I have all this stuff and I'll tell you all about it. Yes, I decided to use glycerin to thicken up the water mixed with tart cherry juice, glycerin, because I found on the interwebs a recipe to mimic the viscosity of blood. And my hypothesis is that the absorption of these period products will not change much with increasing the viscosity. Now, one has to take into consideration that blood clots, and there are clotting factors that can make blood thicker depending on how long it's been exposed to air. But just at baseline bleeding, at a frequent or rapid blood loss, I want to see how much every product takes. So this is a light tampon, Tampax to be particular. Light took about 12 cc's before it leaked. Now this is a regular Tampax, because I decided to compare Tampax and OB because people were asking me for that. The people wanted to know. And so this is regular, that took about 18 cc's. Super Tampax took this time about 26 mLs, which was more than my first experiment. I think I actually did it a little slower this time and gave it more time to absorb. Now we move on to OB. This is a regular OB tampon, regular, that took about 15 cc's, only a little bit more than the Tampax Light. So that's 15 before it started to leak. This was a super OB tampon. It was interesting because OB tampons absorb more like logs. This super took about 21 cc's, 21 milliliters before it started to leak. And then on to Ultra, which took about, and I don't want to spoil it, Ultra, which, see, look at this log. Look at this log. Ultra took about 25 cc's or milliliters before it started to leak. And then I used my condoms, where I actually put a regular OB and then just filled the condom, trying to mimic like the vagina and absorption. And it was cool. Look, watch it absorb. That's kind of cool, the way it kind of catches it, you know? And so that regular OB took about 15 cc's before the fluid started to make it past the tampon. And then this was a super, I believe. I don't remember if this was super ultra. You know what? This had to have been ultra. It had to have been ultra because it took about 25. It took about 25 to 30. You see it absorbing, but again, just massive. And then I said, let me do this one more time with the viscosity of this glycerin and water and tart cherry juice solution. And on this particular pad, I got to about, this was 30. I think that was 10, 20, 30 cc's. And it started to get a little juicy and it started to leak around 30. I mean, we done went through and did it all. It looks a mess, but I promise you, it was worth it. I feel wasteful, but I hope we learned something.